Hi, I'm Stephanie Hansen with stephaniesdish.com, and today I'm going to show you a different oatmeal cookie than my thick and chewy version. This one is thin and crispy. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and get a stick and a half of butter that's at room temperature beaten. Then we are going to add our sugars. Now, the difference between a thick and chewy or a thin and crispy is the amount of moisture. So there's a lot less brown sugar because there's a lot of molasses in brown sugar that gives it moisture. So we've got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a cup of the granulated sugar. So let's start getting those creamed together. To that, we are going to be adding an egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and the secret seasoning is a chai masala. It's going to be super yummy, just give you all those warm, fragrant spices. And then we've got a cup of flour and 2.5 cups of oatmeal, which is a little bit less than my other recipe. So let's just get going. Got our sugars mixed in there. We've got our egg, our vanilla, our salt, our baking powder, our baking soda, our seasoning, and we'll go ahead and get that mixed in. Always making a mess whenever I bake. It's pretty comical, actually. All right, if you like a thick and chewier cookie, you can find that recipe at stephaniesdish.com too. But I wanted to do both versions because I actually like them both, and I just wanted to show you the difference. All right, 2.5 cups of oats. Another difference between the thick and chewy and the thin and crispy is the thin and crispy cooks at a lower temperature. It's at 350. It needs time to spread out so that everything can get the crispy edges. Okay, we've got everything all mixed in here. I'm gonna go ahead and get my cookie sheet and start scooping up my cookies. We're gonna use about 2 tablespoons per cookie. Okay, so everything is all mixed in here, and I've got my cookie scoop. So I'm gonna make about a 2 tablespoon scoop and just roll them a little bit. And again, I wanna give these plenty of room to spread. I wish you could see my dog Stanley. He's bringing you all his toys. All right, I think we can get one more on here. And then we're gonna go ahead and cook them at 350. And they're gonna cook for about 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and get our first batch started. Our thin and crispy cookies are done, but we have to do something to them. To do what my friend Sarah Keiffer, who's the cookie queen, calls the smush technique. And here's how we're gonna do it. You literally just take your cookie, and you can see they're a little bit thinner. You wanna make them even more thin. So we're just gonna smush them down with the back of a spoon. And then you kind of reshape them if they get too craggy. So smushing and pushing together. Smushing and pushing together. So we're taking that mushy part out of the middle and really flattening them out, and then smushing them back together. They make a little sound. I learned this from Sarah on my TV show, Taste Buds with Stephanie. She is the cookie queen and has so many great cookie recipes and cookbooks. Okay, this one is a little misshapen, so I'm just gonna push it together so I can get it to hold. You can kind of feel it. This will be our last one. All right. So that is our thin and crispy cookie versus our chewy and fat cookie. When these get totally cool, they'll be nice and crispy and dry. So you can find this recipe at stephaniesdish.com. It is in the oatmeal cookie recipe, and there's the two variations. There's the chewy and fat and the thin and crispy. Enjoy, and follow me on Substack for more recipes, and also check out the True North Cabin Cookbook.